Hey there, this is Future Sage, and I'm just popping in to let you know that I just finished a no-buy month where I didn't buy anything frivolous for an entire 31 days. And it was one of the hardest things I've ever done, but also one of the most rewarding. In today's video, I'm sharing my results from last month where I stopped my mindless spending and learned to be content with everything I already have. Bye-bye shopping. Hello financial freedom. Let's go. Hey there, I'm Sage Grayson, a former book editor turned life coach. I help ambitious women edit their habits, routines, and mindsets to balance their happiness at work and home. I'm a life editor, and so are you. Today, I'm sharing my results from a no-buy month. Did I stick with it, or did I go nuts and buy a Ferrari? Stick around to the end of the video to find out. Before we get started, please be sure to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any of my life editing videos. Plus, you'll be first to know when I launch new products and programs. It's January 1st, 2022, and like most people, I'm coming down off the Christmas holiday high and feeling a little restless. Sure, I had a great holiday and I got some lovely presents, but I'm still itching for more goodies. Every year on the day after Christmas, I send the exact same email to my subscriber list with the subject line, "Didn't get what you wanted?" And without fail, it continues to be my most opened email over the entire year, and it has the most click-throughs and most sales. Because yes, we didn't get what we wanted. And now it's January, and many of us are feeling hollow, and we want something fun to boost our spirits for the new year. I do a lot of online shopping, and here's just a snapshot of some of the things that are sitting in my shopping carts right now. $250 of makeup, $400 of books, more than $1,000 of clothes, and even a $2,200 bright yellow lounge chair. It's so pretty, really. Look, I am way too embarrassed right now to look up my actual spending from last year, but I must have spent at least $10,000 on frivolous things. And that doesn't even count the $50 to $100 a week that I spend on restaurant takeout delivery. And sure, I might be fine clicking the complete purchase button for all of those things. But it feels a little shallow when so many of us are struggling financially after the mess of the past 2 years. Do I really need those things? Probably not. And if I'm truly honest with myself, cutting back on that mindless spending would free up money for so many other things, such as building up my savings, giving to charity, or spoiling my dog. As I was scrolling through YouTube recently, I saw all of these videos for no-buy year challenges. They just kept popping up because apparently the YouTube algorithm knows I have a problem. I am not mentally ready for a no-buy year, but 1 month sounds doable. And that means I'll really appreciate buying my birthday presents in February. Okay, it's day 1, and before we can get started, I need to set up my rules. Everyone who does a no-buy or low-buy challenge creates their own rules, so don't believe that you have to do it exactly like someone else did. I will continue to buy groceries, toilet paper, and other household items. I will also continue paying for the programs and apps that keep my business running. Things I will not buy include clothes, books, entertainment, new apps, makeup, takeout or food delivery, late night random Amazon purchases, and other non-necessities. So I'm cutting out the extras and sticking to the basics. Some people like to cancel the subscriptions or apps that they're not using, but I actually did that a couple months ago and there was really nothing else to cut. So far, this no-buy month seems completely doable and I'm not freaking out. Yet. Okay, it is week 2 of my no-buy challenge. Instead of just not buying clothes and takeout and books, I wanted to find ways where I could save money this month too. Not spending money is good, but is there a way to put my money back into my wallet? I had an epiphany this week, and I discovered a way where I could eliminate a lot of unnecessary expenses. And these are things that I never, ever thought I would get rid of. I canceled all of my magazine subscriptions. If you've been following me for a while, then you know I absolutely love magazines. Or I used to love magazines. At the height of my magazine craze about 10 years ago, I had 32 magazine subscriptions. But 10 years is a long time, and things change, especially in the publishing world. I know all about this because I used to be a book editor. People just aren't buying printed materials as much as they used to. So the few magazine subscriptions I still had were shadows of their former self. The magazines were super thin, had only a few articles, and were mostly ads. In fact, nearly all of the content that I can find in magazines, I can find online. The main reason I held on to my magazine subscriptions for so long was because I love doing vision boards. And the glossy, pretty pictures in magazines are perfect for vision boards. But now I can print out any pretty picture that I want from Pinterest or just simply doing a Google image search. So I took a deep breath and I decided now was the time to get rid of my magazine subscriptions. All of my magazine subscriptions were organized in the Amazon Subscription Manager. So with just a click of my mouse, I could go down through the list of magazines and unsubscribe to any of them. One thing that was exciting about canceling my magazine subscriptions now is that most of my magazines were due to re-up in January. So by canceling those subscriptions before they could automatically renew, I saved myself hundreds of dollars. This week, I canceled the 17 remaining magazine subscriptions I had. Each subscription was $10 to $35 per year. So by eliminating all of my magazine subscriptions in one fell swoop, I saved myself somewhere between $170 and $595 per year. That's amazing! Now, yes, a part of me is sad that I'm not going to be getting loads of magazines in the mail anymore. But I haven't been enjoying my magazines anyway. They're just not what they used to be like, and I really need to only keep the things in my life that fit my current lifestyle. And let's give me some bonus points for being environmentally friendly too. All right, I'm gonna see if there's any other ways I can cut back on the things that I'm spending my money on. What money can I hold on to without feeling deprived? For me, it was getting rid of my magazine subscriptions, but maybe there's something else you can delete. Maybe you don't need all of those streaming apps, or maybe you're paying for membership sites or programs that you're just not using. Leave a comment below and let me know some of the best things that you've cut out of your spending. Welcome to week 3 of my No Buy Challenge. This challenge has made me think a lot about my self-worth. I'm noticing that I'm using buying things to soothe myself when I'm sad or stressed out. And buying things might make me feel good in the moment, but I still have to deal with my emotions later. This is the difference between self-care and self-comfort. Self-care gives you energy and fills you up, while self-comfort numbs you out so you don't have to deal with whatever unpleasant feelings are coming up. And the thing that I seem to buy the most when I'm feeling bad are books. I knew I was going to have to deal with my books at some point during this challenge. I buy about $200 worth of books about every quarter. And because I buy most of my books from Book Outlet, where the books are 90% off, I can buy a lot of books for that $200. But there's a difference between buying books and actually reading the books. I'm a former book editor, so of course I love to read, but I don't always make the time to read. I was recently looking for a way to organize my reading lists, and I came across an app called the Storygraph. The first thing I did was enter all of my books into the Storygraph and then mark them as read or to be read. My to be read list, or TBR, is big. Like, really big. As of right now, I have 155 books on my to be read list. That's about half the books that I own. Now, I will say that many of the books on my TBR list are books that I've read, but it's been years since I've read them, so it kind of feels like I haven't read them. Or at the very least, I want to reread them now and implement some of the strategies. So if I've got more than 155 books on my TBR, why am I tempted to buy new books? Probably because I treat my books like a collection. No matter what you collect, you always seem to want more and more and more. And brand new books are published every single day, and I feel like I'm missing out on them if I'm not buying these new releases. And because I buy discount books, I can justify it by saying, oh, it's only a $2 book or a $5 book. Kind of like how people justify getting Starbucks every day. But those little purchases, they add up to hundreds of dollars. Here's my idea to keep me sane as we continue the rest of this no-buy challenge. I'm going to remind myself every day that I don't need to buy any new books, especially since I have so many books that are desperate to be read. I'm not sure if I want to do another challenge where I don't buy any new books until I go through all of my TBR list. Leave a comment below and let me know. Do you think I should try to get through my TBR before I buy new books? Or is it okay to buy after I get it under 100, or whatever you think? I'm also wondering how fast I can get through all of the books I haven't read. Because I haven't been tracking my reading, I don't exactly know how many books I read in a year. It's somewhere between 70 and 100. But now that I'm using Storygraph, I'm actually feeling really excited to go through the books that I haven't read. And as I finish a book and I check it off and I move it to the read pile, it feels really good. There's this sense of accomplishment when I can look at the stats and the pie charts on Storygraph. And maybe that's a good way to look at your own no-buy challenge. Is there a way to gamify it or make it more fun? Maybe try some kind of visual way to show your progress. Since we're halfway through the challenge now, I can honestly say I'm feeling a bit more grateful for the things that I have. Those first 2 weeks were really rough. I was itching to buy everything. I still want to buy takeout, like every single day, but I have plenty of recipe books that I can go through. Another benefit of knowing what you've got. All right, I'm about to read some books, and perhaps I need to read some books about self-worthiness, and that my value is not tied up in the things that I own. Welcome back. It's week 4 of my no-buy month. Now, since I already went through all of my books and made a very, very big TBR list, I decided it was time to go through another thing that I have a lot of: clothes. I have so many clothes. My drawers are busting full of shirts and pants and things, and yet I still feel like I don't have anything to wear. Can you relate? It's probably because I haven't been appreciating my clothes. I just get tired of seeing the same things over and over again, but I don't take the time to feel grateful for all the clothes that I do have. This week, I decided I wanted to appreciate my clothes a little bit more, so I'm using this app called Stylebook. I've used Stylebook for many years, and it's a really fun app. First, you take photos of all of your clothes, and then you can rearrange them into outfits. Then you can assign those outfits into your calendar, and you can see all these great statistics like which clothes you've worn the most and cost per wear. You can sort by color and season and material, and you can make travel packing lists. The first thing I had to do was pull out all of my clothes from my drawers and all of my hanging clothes and take photos of all the items. Before I folded the clothes and put them back into my drawers, I eliminated some things that were out of season. This isn't exactly a capsule wardrobe, but I was able to put away some of the things that I've worn a lot lately or I just need a break from. All of my clothes are back in my drawers now, and I can start making outfits and assigning them to my calendar. This is also super helpful when I'm filming videos, so I'm not wearing the same thing in every video. I love clothes, and just like books or makeup, it's something that I buy whenever I'm feeling bored or I want to treat myself. But it really adds up. I think I spend anywhere between $200 and $400 on clothes every quarter. For this no-buy month challenge, even just going through my clothes and seeing what I have reminded me of some of the pieces that I haven't worn for a while, and I definitely feel grateful for what I do have. It's kind of nice planning out my outfits for the week instead of just grabbing whatever is closest. So by organizing my clothes, putting them into the Stylebook app, making outfits, and really appreciating what I have, I was able to save somewhere between $200 and $400 this month. Leave a comment and let me know, do you use any kind of wardrobe app? And what are your best tips for appreciating the clothes that you have instead of always looking for the next trendy thing? Now, next month is my birthday, so I'm most likely going to buy some kind of birthday outfit. But I'm not feeling as desperate to buy new things every season. We are so close. We are almost done with this no-buy month challenge, and I can't wait to look over my results and see what's changed. And I'm really glad that this challenge is almost over. I did it! Oh my gosh, my no buy challenge is finally done. I made it through the entire month of January without any frivolous spending. No buying clothes, no buying books, no buying extra entertainment. But yes, there were a few slip-ups. It was with food, yes. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the month, I spend somewhere between $50 and $100 per week on takeout or food delivery. I drastically cut that down in January, but my very few slip-ups were I got Chipotle once and I got Starbucks twice. The total for those little slip-ups were under $30, so I'm going to still take that as a win. Let's get into some of the concrete results. Let me pop up my results here on the screen. This is an estimate of how much money I saved by doing this no-buy challenge. By canceling all of my magazine subscriptions, I saved somewhere between $170 and $595. By not buying any new books and instead making a TBR list in the storygraph, I was able to save around $200. By not buying any new clothes and instead making new outfits out of the clothes I already own using the stylebook app, I was able to save somewhere between $200 and $400. And of course, the eating out. Even with my few slip-ups, I saved somewhere around $400 this month. And my grand total of money I did not spend this month is somewhere between $970 and $1,595. I had no idea that I would save almost $1,600 by doing a no-buy month. First of all, I'm pretty proud of myself for making it through the month. I felt a little deprived that first week or two, but once I started digging into all the things I already owned, I realized I should be really grateful for all the abundance I have. And I am so thankful and so lucky that I do earn enough money to just buy stuff when I want to. There are millions of other people who are doing no-buy months because they have to, because they literally don't have extra money to spend on takeout or entertainment. I would encourage anyone to try a no-buy month, especially if you think you don't need to because you have enough money. I might not have needed to save money on frivolous things this month, but I am so grateful for the change in my mindset. Don't wait until an emergency or something awful happens that forces you to appreciate what you have. All right, I want to hear from you. Leave a comment below and let me know, what are you most grateful for right now? Is it something you own? Something you do, or maybe it's even the relationships you have in your life. I'm thankful that this no-buy month challenge is over. I may be buying some birthday presents for myself next month, but I'm not going to go as wild as I might have if I hadn't done this challenge. Now, I'll never be a minimalist, but who knows? Maybe this is the start of a new, mindful, more mature Sage. That's it! This week, take a serious look at your budget and see if there's anything you can cut back on or do without. And if you try a no-buy month, I want to hear about it. Leave a comment below and let me know, what was the hardest part and how much money did you save? As always, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. It helps my videos be recommended to other life editors just like you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.